Hello there, this is Adi from tarotforlifecoaching.com, and this is a monthly reading for the sign of Aries for the month of April 2017. So it's a monthly reading for the sign of Aries for April. And I'm using the Tarot of the New Vision this month. And this is a general reading, of course, Aries. So it's also for Aries moon sign or rising sign, if that is your sign. But it's a general reading, so it can apply to different areas in your life. It's not necessarily going to be exactly the same for everybody in every area or to the same extent. If you do want to have like a personal, more specific for your situation reading, then it'd be better to have a private reading, which you can get through my website. The link is under here. And this is the Angel Answers Healing Cards with Drawing Virtue. And I also use, like I did last month, the Soul Singing Oracle cards. I've chosen them this month because of the lovely colors, really, and it's Easter, and there are Easter colors type cards, so it gives a nice inspiration of spring feeling. Right, Aries, so let's start with the tarot cards and see what that brings for you. So we're starting with the Lovers in reverse. Then we have the Knave of Wands, also known as the Page. Then we have the Six of Wands, very nice. And the Justice card. Move forward towards Two of Wands in reverse. And the Queen of Swords. Ace of Wands. So we've got quite a bit of fiery energy here. And we have the King of Swords in reverse. So I'll do the oracle cards in a minute. First we look at the tarot cards. So we are starting with the Lovers in reverse, which lovers obviously being related to a situation where you feel very connected either to somebody or something, and it feels with the Knave of Wands next to it, paired with the Knave of Wands, that you are wanting to make a change there somewhere in some area that you feel really connected with. It may well be a relationship, but something is going to bring fire to that situation. So it's either going to turn it around and it's going to make it much better for you in terms of that particular relationship, or you are looking to move forward and away from it in a quite fiery way. So it could be in initial stages of your month that you find yourself in a little bit of either a clash or a situation that is fired up by emotions and energy, really. And it will either correct that situation and that relationship in some form, or it will allow you to break away from it. So that is quite a strong start there, and you may not everybody wants to hear that, but sometimes you need to have these fiery interactions to get clarity, really. So in terms of where you want to go with that situation, and because it's general, it's not necessarily a love relationship with another person. It may also be a job relationship that you have, or how you're dealing with your inner life, even how you're seeing yourself. So there is a bit of a falling out on some level to start off with, and it can be a bit explosive, initially. But obviously, as we're moving on through the month, that is going to resolve itself quite quickly. So we're moving on towards the Six of Wands, which actually is a very beautiful, balanced also fiery card, but much more balanced. And you can see on this card the ones being the element of representing the element of fire here, and somebody being a very strong leader here and sorting things out and bringing peace possibly, or just having a harmony restored. So I don't feel this situation, this fiery situation at the beginning of the month, is going to last very strongly and very long. It is a matter of processing something that needs to be changed, and it's quite nice to do it early on in the month, because then it's out of the way in a way. So it's maybe to speak up your mind about something, to get things open in the air and clear, so that you then can move on. And I feel like that will help you, and people will respect you for it. If it's not in a love relationship, it will be maybe in a work relationship. And I can see that that brings balance again. So maybe sometimes you have to really speak up quite loudly or strongly, and people will then start to respect you again. For being honest and open about it. And by doing that, you've got the Justice card next to the Six of Wands. So I feel like justice will be done for you. So when you speak your mind, or you correct the situation, you will be respected for it, and things will fall into balance again quite quickly after that initial situation. And so it may be required from you that you be a very strong leader if it is work related, that you have to stand up for what is right, and to to stick your head out above the crowds in a way, to make sure not everybody enjoys that, but there is definitely a need to stick up for the rights, either for yourself or for other people. And clear the air like that, and justice will be done. That is quite clear from these cards here. And the situation, I mean, you're obviously coming into your own quite sort of during the second week of the month, and you're starting to have that balance again. But there is also something relating to steering towards new choices and new ways forward with the Two of Wands here. Two of Wands, again, fiery energy, and really indicated longer term goals and longer term vision, what you want to do, having all the options there in front of you, and needing to make choices really. And again, it may well be related to strong communication, because it's paired with the Queen of Swords here. And the Queen of Swords, swords representing air energy and mental energy. So it's about thinking clearly and about communicating clearly and getting your points across clearly. And the Queen being high up in the hierarchy, already being quite established with these skills, and in that way is a very strong communicator, and being able to see things from different perspectives as well. So you're going to have the ability to make very strong choices and clear choices here with these two cards together. You've got the mental clarity here, and also the options are already there. So, and again, it's like, oh gosh, you've got so much fiery energy here of going forward. It feels all very positive. It feels like it is about making your course clear, just to charge forward in a way with something that you feel is not right at the beginning of the month. So you're going to correct it, and you're going to be respected for it, and you're going to then make new choices. So with where we are now in the reading, I'm sensing that it may well be that you choose to go another direction because of the Two of Wands there, and your strong communication skills further in the month. Now, I'm saying further in the month. Sometimes these processes happen quickly earlier in the month, but it will affect the rest of your month in a way, because time is not necessarily very clearly connected with each month and on each border and boundary of each week. So it could also be that this is quite a strong process early on in the month, and then you're moving on, because moving on is going to happen in some way, because you've got the Ace of Wands here either towards the latter part of the month or towards the latter part of this process that you're going through. And the ones again being fiery energy, forward moving energy, and charging forward with something, with maybe a new idea or a new energy here. This is fresh, it's coming in fresh after you've made your decision. So there is such a forward moving energy here, and initially quite explosive, but then moving forward towards new ways forward. And you can communicate very clearly here, and you can see clearly, and you can evaluate clearly what you do want to do. So you've got quite a clear mind, it feels, during this process. The Ace of Wands is combined with the King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords being, again, the swords being relating to mental processes again, and thinking patterns. And particularly with the King of Swords in reverse, sometimes that would indicate for me that you need to be careful with your tongue, really, and how you express yourself, and that you're not too rigid, that you allow yourself to process this new way forward and to communicate it clearly, but not with too much of a sharp tongue, to be delicate and respectful, I suppose, in a way, of the people you're dealing with, because it feels like you are in charge this month of your destiny, I want to say, of your, something has got to break free, or something that felt good initially needs to break free and loosen up in a way. And the only warning that I can see here with this whole spread is that you might have, because of or how clear you are in your mind about this and how sharp you can think about it, you might just be a little bit too ruthless with it, and I would warn against that, because it's also under the Justice card here, and so Justice is asking to be fair, to remain fair with that situation and balanced, because, you know, with every action we take, we always have to consider people around us. So, because we are connected, and if we harm others, we harm ourselves, obviously. And oh, I just see you've got two. I didn't realize that you've got two soul singing or cards, which is fine, obviously. But that is, of course, the only warning and gentleness during this month ahead. But it feels like you're going to do it, Aries. You're going to just get it out of the system, move forward, being respected for it, doing it the correct way, find your path forward with this issue, and start afresh here and move forward like that. Okay, so your angel answers cards, let's see how they feel about it. So they're saying no need to worry. So if you are worried about moving on, and again it's fire here, I'm seeing fire in these cards, there's a fire being stirred here. If you are worried about this initial situation in the beginning of the month, where you have to speak your mind, or to have to deal in a quite passionate way with the situation, do it gently, but don't worry about the outcome, because you are moving towards something new here. It's quite clear. Now let's have a look at your soul singing cards. So you've got angelic energy. Angels surround and protect you in a cocoon of healing, love and light energies. Immerse yourself in these energies by listening to tranquil and relaxing music. So I feel like this card is possibly highlighting the amount of fire that is present in your spread this month. And it is just saying, like, we need to also give attention to the cooling down a little bit, and to make sure that we keep things in balance. And if you get very fired up in a situation, that you just calm yourself down at the end of the day, recharge your energies, and give yourself a chance to become relaxed and tranquil again. From that perspective, it's also better to deal with situations that are challenging. And your other card is magical vision. Your magical vision may start with a dream. Allow your soul to expand and make it reality. So you have got magical vision this month. It's given to you and it's available to you, which is lovely, because it connects with your choices that you're going to make. You're breaking away from something and you're going to make a new start with something and make a strong choice. And the magical vision, the Queen of Swords here, I feel it reflects that as well. It's because it's such a cerebral energy and having clarity about where you're going, and the Queen of Swords pointing forward, the way forward for you as well. So it is just confirming that really it is about having a clear vision about where you want to go and then taking action and making that initial start, but in a gentle way, and also in a way that balance with the calmer energies that are around you, to balance it out. So that is your overall reading, Aries, for this new month coming, for the month of April. I wish you a beautiful Easter time also, and maybe some holidays. That would be good. I think everybody could do with that occasionally. And but if you do want to have a private reading specifically for a situation in your life, do contact me. The link will be below, and there's different options via my website that you could sign into. So all the best for this month, and I look forward to hearing your feedback if you have any, and thank you for liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you very soon again. Take care now. Speak soon. Bye.